Hi, this is Andrew here from Enhanced Dimensions. I'd like to thank you for taking some time to watch this little tutorial. The aim of this tutorial is to offer a basic introduction to creating stereoscopic 3D imagery and animations using Adobe After Effects. I've been doing this for a short while, and if you'd like to see some of my work, you can pop over to our website at www.enhanced-dimensions.com/WordPress, and there you can find a whole lot of hopefully interesting stereoscopic goodies for you to download and to watch. Hopefully this is just the first of many tutorials that I'll get around to actually doing, but I do tend to spend quite a lot of time actually creating bits and pieces, so getting around to explaining them sometimes is trickier than one would expect. Anyway, I thought I'd just start off by showing you the final result. This is nothing too spectacular, but if you pop on your red and blue anaglyph glasses, I will play this short video just so you can actually see the effect that you're going to be creating. Effectively, what you have is you have three very simple layers. We've got one background layer which is way in the back, and then we have the word enhanced, and then we have the word dimensions in front of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out of that now, and I'm actually going to start afresh. One of the things I should mention that you can see along our tabs here is we're actually going to create this in such a way that you can generate an anaglyph render or a YouTube render. So let's start on a new project. I'll do a new project. We'll set up a new composition, and the composition, that's fine. It really doesn't matter what we do at this moment. I'm setting up to be standard HD PAL composition, which is 1920 by 1080 at 25 frames a second. We have that comp. Now we're going to use this as the initial basis of the stereoscopic file, so I'm going to call that comp left. Now, just to cover the basics of what we're going to do, we're going to create a left eye image and then a right eye image. So if we start off by simply creating the left image, and then we can duplicate that and do the changes that are required for the right one. So into this left file, I'm going to put a couple of things. I've got my enhanced dimensions background that I'm going to put in there, and over that I'm going to put some text. It says enhanced on one layer, and then the next layer I'm going to do dimensions. Okay, pop that back image off just for the moment, and we're going to take those three layers and we're going to make them 3D layers. So I will now also move enhanced, move dimensions, so they're roughly there. We can have a good view of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pop over and see the top view. Now this is quite important, because what we're going to do here is, at the moment we've got three layers and they're all actually sitting in the center of the screen. So we're going to take our image layer, which is our 2D logos, and we're going to move that right back. Oops, sorry, I've got it switched off. We're going to move that right back into the background over here. Once we switch over, you'll see what that's done. We're going to move dimensions right into the front here. So as you can see, we've actually created a 3D environment already, and if we look at that through the standard camera, we'll jump back to the active camera and zoom in a little so we can actually see. So I'm going to switch that off again. You can now see that we've started to create things in depth, but without the stereoscopic effect you can't really see them. Now the background image, I'm going to firstly scale this up. Oops. Scale it up. If you hold the shift key, it'll scale it in proportion, just so that it fits there. I'll make it a little bit bigger than we actually need, and I'm going to switch the transparency of that, or the opacity, to something like 30%, so that it's not going to be overbearing in terms of all the other stuff on screen. Now, enhanced dimensions, as you can see, at the moment they are all over the place. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get enhanced, and I'm going to move it to the center there, and I'm going to change my font size. So yeah, let's I'll bring that over here just for the moment. Okay, and we're going to take the font size way up. Let's make it something like that. Enhanced. Bring it down that. And then dimensions, similarly, bring it up till it's about, that's a nice size. I'm doing this very quickly just so you can see it. Not being very detailed. The illusion of 3D is often enhanced by actually allowing things to slightly overlap each other. So that is something that's worthwhile doing, is letting things touch and overlap, because it emphasizes the effect of the layers. I'm going to change the font to the standard font that we use for the enhanced dimensions logo, which is Kelowna MT. Do the same to our dimensions. We have done that. Kelowna MT. By the way, while you're watching this tutorial, if you hear the odd airplane noise in the background, that's because I'm sitting in an attic in a flight path. So we do actually have the odd, well, not odd, we do have regular flights going overhead. So any of my recordings you hear, you might actually notice that little bit of air traffic in the background. I was considering really going into air traffic controlling, but got too carried away with Stereoscopic, so never quite managed that. But I can sit here and watch the planes go by, just to pass away a little time if I need to watch something rendering, which actually is quite a lot of my time. Anyway, back to this. So as you can see, we've now got the 3 layers set up. If I quickly jump back to the top camera, you can see quite clearly front layer, which is dimensions, middle layer, enhanced, and in the way back in the distance, I've got my 2D, I've got my background graphic. Right, now we're going to, what we'll do is we'll do a quick little animation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my camera. I'll just use a standard 50mm camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to position it. I'm really just going to do a very quick piece here. So change the position. Let's go back to looking at the top. And let's do something really simple. We'll just take the camera at the beginning. Let's move it back a little bit. So we'll start out here. And then at the end, we'll just move it in even a little bit. Oops, sorry. Shouldn't have done that. The Z plane. Move a little bit further, something like that. Let's quickly jump back and make sure we've not cropped anything, because what you'll see is you may lose your background, or you might change your crop on your foreground that you don't like. So the final bit's fine, and the back, that's fine. We've still got that background showing everywhere. So basically we've now got our 2D animation. You can already see the effect if you were just doing this in 2D, because there is 3D depth. You can actually see things moving in a sort of parallax manner, whereby things that are closer to you get bigger. Okay, that's our basic setup. Now from this, we're going to create our stereoscopic image.